have everybody's attention, please? Thank you all for coming to celebrate for Troop 202 for the Court of Honor. Please stand for the presentation of the bells. Everyone, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color Guard, dismissed. Scouts, please remain standing for this Scout oath. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
2. I would like to ask Thomas Littman to please come forward to lead us in an opening prayer. You may be seated.
Scout is reverent. Lord, thank you for these good times, and please be with us through rough times and guide us when we need it. And thank you for letting all of us get here safely, and for letting us be here today, and thank you for letting us have this court of honor. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
At this time, I would like for Oliver Doyle and Malachi Hines to come forward to light the law candles. As we begin the Court of Honor, it is fitting that we start with the fundamental principles of Scouting, the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. We have just joined together in reciting the oath. In Scouting, as in most activities of life, there are rules. The rules of Scouting are found in the 12 points of the Scout Law. As a candle is lit for each point of the Scout Law, let us pay careful attention to the words and we dedicate ourselves to the principles, customs in these words. A Scout is trustworthy. A Scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. A Scout is loyal. A Scout is true to his family, friends, Scout leaders, school, nation, and world community. A Scout is helpful. A Scout is concerned about other people. He will willingly volunteer to help others without expecting payment or reward. A Scout is friendly. A Scout is friend to all. He is a brother to other Scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs that are different from his own. A Scout is courteous. A Scout is polite to everyone, regardless of age, position, or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along together. A Scout is kind. The Scout understands there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. He does not harm or kill anything without reason. A Scout is obedient. A Scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the law of his community and country. If he thinks these rules and laws are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly fashion. rather than disobeying them. A scout is cheerful. A scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy. A scout is thrifty. A scout works to pay his way and to help others. He serves for the future. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property. A scout is brave. A scout can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. A scout is clean. A scout keeps his body, mind, fit, and clean. He goes around with those who believe in living by the same ideals. He helps keep his home and community clean. A scout is reverent. A scout is reverent towards God. He is faithful in his religious duties. He respects the ideas of others. You may be seated. I would like to introduce Scoutmaster Matt Sheffield to present the awards.
Thank you, Edison. Thank you guys for coming to this special occasion where we honor the hard work of these young men in this troop. I first want to commend Addison on a job well done for leading this ceremony. Addison's working on his communication. So a lot of these boys have been busy. They were busy around last year, I believe it was, right, Darren? We got to go shoot some guns and go hide from a tornado at winter camp. So some of that work, you reap the reward of that today. I don't have a badge for dodging a tornado, though, so you guys did a good job in that. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on that. You can tell me that later, Abel. All right, so we're going to start with some ranks first. So I would like Caden Pennington to please come forward. He is our newest scout and his parent. So Caden came and joined about a month ago or so, 2 months ago. They showed up at a meeting, and the next day they were climbing, or the next weekend they were climbing a mountain. And his grandfather, Mark, has decided to come in with our adventures too, and he told me he didn't realize that was what he signed up for, but he keeps coming back, so I think he's having fun, and Caden keeps showing up too. So Caden, you have learned the Boy Scout oath, the law. You've learned the sign, the salute, and the handshake. As we welcome you into our troop as a scout now with the scout rank, we want you to understand that by accepting this rank, you will promise to strive for higher goals and achievements as you are a scout. We're not just stopping here. This is the first rung on the ladder. We wish you the best of luck on your trail to Eagle. Are you willing to accept the greater responsibility of the scout rank, Caden? If you do, please say, I do.
I do.
Congratulations. Jacob will present you with your badge. Your badge can be pinned on your pocket upside down until he does his first good turn. Congratulations, Caden.
That's serious.
Congratulations, Caden. It's a very loud clap from the corner over there. Caden, is that your golf clap? Or was that John Owen? No?
That was Thomas.
It's Thomas's golf clap. Next, we'll move on to the second class rank. I'd like for Gabe Shokri and his parents to please come forward. Gabe, you've earned the rank of second class scout. When we look at the badge of second class, we will find that the ends of the scroll are turned up as a reminder of the willing smile of a scout, which Gabe always has. He always has a smile on his face, even when we're doing the most unpleasant things, like picking sticks up in the misty rain. Suspended from that scroll, is a square knot that reminds you of the slogan, to do a good turn daily. Inscribed on that scroll is the motto, be prepared. As you advance in scouting, you have shown that you understand what these things mean, Gabe. As you continue to advance, the scout oath, the motto, and the law will become even more important. Skills that you have learned and continue to learn will serve you well in your life. So, Gabe, are you willing to accept the badge of second class and what it stands for? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
You may present him with his badge. Pin it upside down on his shirt pocket until he does his first good turn. And we won't sew it upside down this time, Gabe. It's okay, Gabe. Congratulations. You're not the first person who's ever sewed anything upside down. All right, next we'll move on to the first class rank. I would like for the following scouts and their parents to please come forward. This is a big group, so kind of make room. I did move the table back so we don't catch anyone on fire. Abel Dale, Beckett Tucker, Bryson Honeycutt, C.J. Blackman, James Dennis, and Teddy Doyle. Please come forward with your parents. You can take a little step forward. It'll be fun. There you go. CJ, is your dad here? I thought I saw it. I'll stand in for you. Kind of hard to do that and read too when I'm taking the paper over there. So thank God my wife's here. She talks some sense into me. All right, guys, you've earned the first class rank, which represents a significant step in scouting. It represents what we call the complete scout, because you've demonstrated that you understand and fully understand all the basics of scouting. As a first-class scout, you've earned the opportunity to demonstrate the code to which a true and mature scout is forever bound to by the oath and the law, which means from now on you have to live that out. That code is one of service and leadership to your community and others, your nation, and your God. Do you accept that great responsibility of the first class scout? If you do, say I do.
I do.
You had to think about that one, David. But you said I do. You're bound now. Jacob, present them with their patch. Parents, please pin it upside down on your pocket. present to you our first class scouts. All right. We're climbing the scout ladder tonight. Next is Star, and we actually have a Star Scout. I would like for Jacob Graham and his parent please come forward. Oh, Jacob's up here. That's because we forgot to give him the first class. It's okay. It'll be all right. He's beyond that now. In receiving your star rank tonight, Jacob, you have taken a long step towards Eagle. You have advanced in the way that obligates you to give younger scouts the service and experiences that you have received, which you're doing a good job of living out as our Assistant Senior Patrol Leader. Tonight, you're leaving a group of scouts which receive scouting and joining the older group of mature scouts that give scouting experiences, to give leadership, guidance, and inspiration to those scouts that may be struggling with setting up a tent or learning how to tie a knot, or just figuring out how can I make it up this hill when we're hiking. Sometimes you have to give the scoutmaster that encouragement also. Your willingness to do so is a pledge of service and a sign that you understand the ideals of scouting and that you've grown a lot. May the star badge that you will wear be a constant reminder of the star of service that you need to be. That it will shine as a guide as you lead, as it leads you on the trail to manhood. Are you willing to accept all that comes with the star rank? If you do, say, I do. Andy, you may present him with his badge. Congratulations, sir. Next, we'll climb that next rung, which is life. I don't have an eagle to give out today. John Owen, we're waiting on you. So, he's almost there. He's just got to go talk to some people. I would like for Aiden Cook and his parent to please come forward. Aiden, tonight you received the Life Rank badge. You are approaching your last step towards Eagle, which is a very large step. We might not even call it a step, we might call it a leap of faith, in a way. I encourage you to talk to the other Eagle Scouts or the folks that are life, that are in this room, that are working on that leap of faith, so that you get an understanding of what it takes to get to that next level. Tonight, you enter into that group that is directly working towards that Eagle rank. In doing that, you must not only give service, but you must also lead others in performing a service project. So now we look to you, Aiden, to be the person who orchestrates our chaotic madness that is coordinated, right? Madness is always coordinated. And that is a sign, when you're able to do that you fully understand all that scouting stuff that you've been talking about for years, right? When you're finished with those requirements that we give you, you indeed will be worthy to be among the few that call themselves Eagle Scouts. Once an eagle, always an eagle. You never say, I was an Eagle Scout, because you're still alive once you get there. You are an Eagle Scout. And we want you to get there. Now, the life badge has a heart on it. That heart serves as a constant reminder of the life of service that you have to give. Not only once you leave life, but once you enter into that realm of Eagle Scout. It will lead you further It'll give you the heart that you need to climb and scale that last cliff to manhood. Are you willing to accept all of those responsibilities that come with that badge? If you do, say I do. Present him with his badge. Congratulations to our newest Life Scout. All right, so now we get to some merit badges. So I'd like the following members of the Cobra Patrol, which is our newest scouts, please come forward. Evan Dennis, Owen Honeycutt, Oliver Doyle, and Gray Crisco. And I would like for Wilson Kippis to please come present them with their badge.
All these boys won Mining and Society when they went on our Reed Gold Mine with us, so I'm going to present them to these.
So these guys just joined the troop 2 weeks ago, is that right? 3 weeks ago? Something like that. Time flies when you're having fun. But these guys showed up at the November camp out as Arrow of Lights, and they did all of the requirements that were asked of the Boy Scouts. And I told them, you did exactly what the Boy Scouts were supposed to do. And when you become a scout, I will honor that and give you your merit badge. So these boys did what it took to get that done, which means you got to do the work and you got to do the paperwork, right? Some of you scouts in front of me need to hear that again. You got to do the paperwork to get the badge, okay? So they did all that. Good job, guys. You're dismissed. All right, we'll move on to the Eagle Patrol. I would like for Easton Lee, Malachi Hines, Sawyer Palmer, Mason Griffin, and Elias Woodward to please come forward. And Brian Griffin, not Brian Griffin, sorry. Brian Palmer to come present that. Brian Griffin's a dog on it. All right, guys, calm down.
All righty, folks. Signs up! These gentlemen here have been working on their merit badges since our last advancement, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Easton obviously is not here. Okay, Malachi. You have your merit badge for art. Congratulations. Sawyer Palmer, you We have a merit badge for shotgun shooting. Okay. Congratulations. Mason, we have merit badges in art. Coin collecting. Collections. Animation. And space exploration. And one final one, your favorite, archery. Congratulations. I have one last one here for art, for Malachi. Congratulations.
Good job, guys. Did you get the picture across? Do I need to make them come back? Good. Mason, you were busy. All right, let's move on to the Bug Patrol. Let's see if I can not butcher someone's name like I did Ryan's. All right, I'd like for C.J. Blackman, Abel Dale, Teddy Doyle, James Dennis, Cam Linker, Gabe Shokri, Bryson Honeycutt, Beckett Tucker, and Logan Willis to please come forward. And I'd like for Darren and Jeff to please come and present the awards to this platoon. It's not really a patrol, there's a bunch of them.
Okay, we got Gabe getting art. Cam Linker, we got rifle shooting and shotgun shooting. Beckett, you get oceanography. CJ, you get art, citizenship in the world, and American business. Logan, you get first aid. April, we got swimming, rifle shooting, and shotgun shooting. Oh, got four for Gabe here. American Heritage and First Aid. Bryson Honeycutt, we've got citizenship in the community, rifle shooting, and shotgun shooting. And the ones that's not here, Teddy Doyle got citizenship and community, rifle shooting and shotgun shooting, and James Dennis got citizenship and community.
Good job, guys. All right. I'd like for the following members of the Patriot Patrol to please come forward. Riley Honeycutt, Noah Sheffield, Thomas Lippman, and Eli Glazer. And I'd like for Victoria to please come and present them with their air bags.
Thomas Littman earned his oceanography badge. Riley Honeycutt has earned his oceanography and space exploration. Eli Glazer has earned space exploration, archery, oceanography, mining and society, and fishing. And Noah has earned genealogy, space exploration, and environmental science.
All right, you're dismissed. All right, next we'll move on to the Dragons. I would like for the Anderson Gettings to please come forward. And Brett Wimborne, present him with his merit badge.
Oh, yeah, great. I go in. I came.
All right, so Andy got his plumbing merit badge. He's had it for quite some time, but evidently we've forgotten to give it to him.
So with that, it's always better late than never. I found a stash of merit badges where folks didn't show up, and I was like, hey, it's Christmas. I get to get rid of these things, and my bag got lighter. So thanks for coming and getting your badge so I don't have to turn it around anymore, Andy.
Oh, yeah, you finally gave it to me.
All right, I'd like for the Raven Patrol to please come forward. Wilson Kippis, Brett Gussie, Garrett Burris, Elijah Sheffield, and John Owen Tucker. And Mr. Charles Osborne to come give them their merit badge.
All right, guys, listen up. So J.O. has finished welding. All right, Wilson has finished citizenship and community, citizenship in the nation, family life, which is all 3 Eagle badges, by the way, and oceanography. Brett has finished hiking, another Eagle badge. And then Elijah has also finished hiking, Eagle badge.
If you're a scout on the stage that's not in uniform, you can leave. Those scouts are not in uniform because they had a golf match, so they came directly from the links to here, so they get a reprieve from that, or maybe some push-ups. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. All right, so these 2 scouts got to stand up here. We should have a light that shines on where you can stand there for a while, because they've completed some special things. They have some awards that they've completed, and I'll let Charles present those.
All right, so first up is Wilson for the complete angler. You complete 3 merit badges and help some younger scouts, and you earn this badge, this little award. Good job, Wilson. All right, so this is a big patch. You can't wear it on your uniform. You can wear it on the pack or a jacket or whatever, but this is really hard to get. It's called a 50-miler patch. So you have to do 50 miles inside of a week, either canoeing, horseback, hiking, or whatever. So Brett has earned this at Philmont. In addition to that, you also have to get 10 hours of conservation, which means you go out and clean up, do some roadside cleanup. Brett joined us this weekend at Raven Lodge and we cleaned up some stuff around camp. So So congratulations, bro.
Good job, guys. That concludes our awards and our merit badges and our ranks. So next we'll move on to some announcements. And we're going to start with some OBX, IBX things. So with that, I'd like for Pat Glazier to please come forward. Kind of stand in queue. But IBX, OBX, you guys know who you are. There's some requirements that you got to do participation-wise. You got to be showing up at some campouts. You got to be showing up at some paddling stuff. We just had one this past weekend where you guys paddled a canoe as if it were a kayak, which I think was a strength test, I guess, or maybe cruel and unusual punishment. I don't know. We blame Charles for it. But we do have some more paddling events that are coming up in the schedule, which we'll talk about on the next slide. You guys have got to make it to those things. If you're not coming and paddling, then Pat doesn't know if you can make it, and Pat's not going to take you out on the Pamlico Sound. Period. Okay? So you got to come prove yourself that you can do it. Now, there are other things that you can do besides paddle. I joked with Caden about doing push-ups. That's actually something that we all should be doing. Some push-ups, some physical fitness. That helps you. Your endurance. Go for a hike. Yes, I just told you to take a hike. That's going to help you because you use your legs a lot when you paddle. More than you think. Okay? Some of you guys have been out there on the New River with us and we paddled and you got out and you said, wow, man, I can tell the difference. That's the New River and we're going with the current. I can't guarantee you're going to be in the current and the Pamlico Sound going the right direction, nor can I guarantee that the wind's going to be in your favor. You might be paddling into it, so you got to have the endurance to be able to make it through there. Otherwise, Pat's going to have to tie you to his kayak or to Matt's or to Jonathan's, and they're going to have to tow you, and they probably don't want to do that, okay? So let's make sure that we're doing what we need to get done. The other piece of that is financially. You need to be showing up to your fundraising events. We're going to talk about a few of those things here in a few minutes. One of those big ones is the golf tournament. I'm not going to steal Charles's thunder, but you need to be doing what you need to be doing to get a cut of that money. And then there's a $325 out-of-pocket cost for IBX and OBX. Ms. Terry, I'll take that payment whenever you're ready. It's due by the day we leave, okay? I will put all that stuff in an email in case you forget, all right? IBX, OBX is only for older boys, because like I said, we can't take Evan out on the Pamlico Sound and think, well, he's going to make it, because I believe in Evan. Evan, you're not quite strong enough yet. And that's nothing against you. You're just not old enough yet, okay? I actually won't even take your older brother. He's not old enough. All right, that makes sense? Any questions about that? Pat, you want to talk about some stuff, or did I steal your thunder? Hey, I'm the scoutmaster. That's what I do, right?
All right, we got some stuff coming up. The first one is on 4/5. We're doing a swim test. That's both for OBX and IBX. You have to pass your swim test. Otherwise, you can't go. On 3/29, coming up pretty quick, we're going to do some training, probably some paddling. This past weekend, we did some paddling in torture boats and decided to switch over to hiking, and we hiked almost 8 miles. On 4/11 through 13, we're going to be on Lake Norman, and we're going to do a bunch of paddling that whole weekend. We're probably going to put 20, 30 miles in. And then on 5/3 is the first big one. That's the OBX time trial versus fitness test. Let's take out at Morrow Mountain. We're going to do 5 miles up and 5 miles back. You got to pass that to go, because we're going to be averaging 8 to 10 miles a day. And the 50-miler patch, all the OBX boys, you will walk away from that adventure with that in your hands after that week. The makeup for the time trial is 5:17. And then as the last thing, all the SpaceX boys, I've got a box full of rockets. Some of those were built by you guys. Your names are on them. You're welcome to them. There's also some extra stuff in the rocket parts, rocket motors. Come back, get to the box, and we do refreshments, and you can have it, because I don't want to take it home.
Awesome, thank you, Pat. Did we tell Elon we took that from SpaceX? Or not
I
that?
said it was okay.
Okay.
I texted him on it.
All right, anybody got any questions about any of those requirements? We do understand that you might not be able to make all of those, but there's some very, very important ones in there, like a swim test and a time trial. And that Lake Norman one is a big one. That's gonna test you. That's gonna build some endurance out of you, all right? We do have a paddling event that we'll do as an entire troop, so I will let you go paddling. We're gonna do it on the New River. The OBX guys will probably do a longer trek that day than the rest of us. But we are gonna go up to the New River, to maybe one of the rivers out in western North Carolina, if it's good. But we will pick a river and go do some paddling in June, all right?
How do you get a new river?
When you're the oldest river, they call you the New River. Makes sense, right? All right, next we got fundraising. Charles, I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'll turn it over to you.
So right now we're doing our golf fundraiser. So the golf tournament is May 16th. It's on a Friday. It's the Friday after Mother's Day this year. So a little bit later to give us more time to get sponsorships in. So if your boys plan on going to summer camp, the new Cobras, you plan on going to our big trip in Alaska, this is a great way to fill that fundraising account to help pay for that trip. Okay? So you can easily make $300 up to $500-600, Carol. Pretty close to that. So you get more whole sponsors you get, the sliding scale works in your favor, so you actually can earn more than the basic share if you just sell 2, which is minimum to participate. 2 whole sponsors get you into the pot. The more you sell, the more that bar slides up to give you more money. Any questions on that?
You share the money with other people?
Yeah, boss. You share the money with me too.
I thought like.
You gotta pay for my time.
We're all in this
Wait.
together, we're fist.
I thought I was getting 50%.
All right, so in addition to the golf tournament, we also have some peanut sales. So Mary Dole is going to be our point of contact at the cruise-in. We're selling peanuts at the cruise-in next Friday, the 28th. Okay, there'll be an email come out for a sign-up genius to possibly get some times there. So it's an easy way to also help put money into that fundraising account. Camp cards are due back tonight or money. If you don't have them sold, please give those cards to Tara, because there are people asking for cards that have people wanting to buy them already. So they're pretty much coming in the door, going right back out. And lastly, Matt has dues. Anything else? Hey, if you need flyers for the golf tournament, I have a stack of them downstairs. Easily get them for you. Actually, they're right back there on the table in front of Miss Tara, so we have those up here tonight. And if you need the list of sponsors, please let us know. We can send that out to you again. We have identified clients already out there. You can target anybody, but we have a list of like 240 that we've talked to in the past 3 years. If you have any questions, I'll be in the back. Just come see me.
So as you're, I'm loud. As you're thinking about going and visiting people, if you haven't already communicated that to Miss Tara or to the troop, that's really Miss Tara that you're telling that to. You need to let her know who you're trying to go see. That way Brantley doesn't go see the same person. And then Brantley ends up with your check, and then Evan's mad because Brantley got his check. Okay? So you guys coordinate that. We are the point of contact. You got to tell us. You got to communicate, okay? So just a quick email and say, hey, I'm going to visit this person, and we'll say, yep, nobody had that person. We got you. All right? Dues. Make sure your child is paying their dues. That's how I'd say 30% fund what we do. Maybe that's probably an overshot of 30%, but $5 a day for every meeting we have is dues that we collect directly from you. And we help to float this boat. It actually takes more than $5 a day to float this boat, but that's where fundraising comes into play. And we really, really don't want to have to raise anything on you guys because everybody else is doing that in society. So, is that a newest member of our troop?
Sounds like one.
So make sure you're paying your dues. Remember, boys, you're responsible for that, not your mom and not your dad. You need to know where you stand with what you need to owe the church. Okay, it's responsibility. All right, camp out meal plans. Every Tuesday before we go on a camp out, the boys will get together and they will form a meal plan. This is a little different than the pack. I do not cook their meal. They cook their meal in a patrol. They're responsible for bringing their food. They plan that as a patrol. Now, if you get sick or something happens, John Owen should communicate. If you're sick, John Owen, I'm not picking on you, but maybe I am. If John Owen gets sick and he can't come through, you need to communicate, hey, I can't make it, but can somebody pick up my meal part? Or John Owen could have his parents bring it to the church when we leave. So if he's got spaghetti and he's responsible for the noodles, drop those things off. Okay? Remember what you signed up for. And remember, boys, it's your responsibility to know what you signed up for and to bring it. Right, Thomas?
Yeah.
And when we go camping, we eat. This was from the last week. Addison made, I don't know what we would call that, a monster burger. And he ate all of it in like 3 bites, I think. 4 bites. Sorry, I lost count. 4 bites. Oh, and he ate 2 of them. So we eat as long as we have food. Now, if your boy forgets something or somebody doesn't come through on it, it's okay. We're not going to let your boy starve. We will feed them. We always have a little extra on the adult side. Because us adults are cooking our own food because I don't like to eat burnt eggs or burnt bacon or scorched spaghetti. Okay? All right, guys, we're almost done. Merit badges. And I kind of talked about this earlier. Some of you maybe said a little squabbling, where's my merit badge at? Well, you didn't turn the paperwork in. It's kind of like in school, when you don't turn the assignment in, what do you get in the grade book, Malachi?
It's missing.
It's missing. You get a 0, right? And when you don't turn it in, you don't get the merit badge. It doesn't make it to the advancement report in the PO that Mr. Johnson sends me. So if it ain't on the report, it ain't happening. That means you guys have got to follow through with that paperwork, okay? Some of you got some paperwork that's outstanding. I thought I saw Mr. Teeter walk in a little earlier. I don't know if he's still up here or not. Some of you guys still owe Mr. Teeter some geology stuff, and I think we taught that 3 years ago. At least that's what it seems like. It's been a while. You need to find that paperwork and turn it in. The other part of that is I have all these parents and grandparents in the room. If you have a talent and you know how to do something, because I am not a master of anything, I guess a master of scouts. That's my name, Scoutmaster. But I am not an auto mechanic expert. I am not an artist. I am an engineer by trade, so I can teach that one. But I can't teach art. You don't want me to, I promise that. If you have an ability and you want to share your talent with these boys, come see me. Or come see Miss Tara or any of the other uniformed leaders that are in this room, and we'll figure out how to get you incorporated with these boys to share your knowledge with them. Because the more knowledge we give them, the more rounded they become. That's rounded in a skill sense, not a shape sense. We do that with our eating, okay? But then we walk it off, right, Pat? Last but not least, the boys voted a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, they want to go to Alaska in 2026, which is really not that far away if you think about it. The golf tournament is super important for us being able to fund that so that we don't ask Thomas to pay us $2,000 out of pocket. So we got to hit that golf tournament pretty hard and get that funding so that we can go, okay? Once we see what the golf tournament is capable of doing, Ms. Tara and I and the other leaders will sit down and we'll have a discussion about how that cost will look, and we will be in contact. Right now, we don't know. A rough estimate is about $1,000 out of pocket. That's a rough estimate. As we know, on a minute basis, I think the economy changes. So who knows what the flights may look like in 5 minutes from now. Okay? It may go up, it may go down, I don't know. So we will be in contact about that. We do have an itinerary that Mr. Ron Gettings, our committee chair, put together. He's got an ambitious plan. We're going to do a lot of driving, but we're going to go see some pretty cool things like Mount McKinley and Denali, and go do some fishing and maybe see some bears and some other things. Maybe some moose. Hopefully not get chased by a moose. Brady, love?
I hope so.
Any questions about any of that? So, our stuff coming up for the next, we'll say 2 months is listed here. You guys are all capable of reading. I'm not going to read it off to you. Pat hit the new things when he came up about OBX. Most of this stuff is already in the calendar. I do need to add the OBX, IBX training stuff to the calendar. On the 29th, as Pat said, they are doing an OBX paddling training session. But for the rest of you guys, we're going to go hit the Greenway at UNC Charlotte and get some miles on our feet. Some of you need a 15-mile hike to complete that hiking merit badge. Some of you are new to the troop and just need to get a 5-miler under your belt. We can go do that day. Wear a good pair of shoes and bring your day pack. And we're gonna wear you out. That way you can go home and sleep good that night. Okay? So that is on the 29th. And the rest of that's there. Our next Court of Honor is on the 6th of June. Hopefully we get some geology merit badges that day. Any questions about our schedule? Nope. Is JP still in the room? JP, you want to come talk? No? JP is our kind of scout executive. He's from the council, so welcome, JP. Thanks for coming and joining us at our Court of Honor. Didn't know if JP wanted to come say anything. You can take a picture of it, but I have to be in it because it's my work. I'm joking. It'll be in an email, but you can take a picture in a minute. All right. I'm going to turn this back over to Addison.
At this time, I would like for Bryson Honeycutt to come forward to lead us in closing prayer.
Let's scout as reverent. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us come together and gather for this Boy Scout ceremony tonight. Please be with us as we depart and keep us safe going into the week. And bless the food. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for coming to celebrate with us today. This Court of Honor is adjourned. Please join us for reception. Scouts, stay up here for pictures, and don't forget those who have cleanup duty. Stay after to clean up, please. Dragons and eagles is what I was told. So dragon and eagle patrol, stay.